Welcome to another episode of the Relic Posse. This one's a little bit different than most of the ones we've done, and most of the ones you see on YouTube from pretty much everywhere. Usually, when somebody puts a metal detecting video together, it's from a long hunt, where they hunt for the entire day and then they kind of give you the best clips for the day. But metal detectorists also go out after work. They go out for an hour or two on a weekend when they don't really have much more time, and they may not get enough for a video, but you may get a good little clip here, a couple clips there, and that's kind of what I've put together today. About 20 minutes of some of the short hunts that I've done, and one hunt that Chris, Bill, and I went where we didn't get very much time in. It started to rain, I think, after about an hour. So these are all the little bits and pieces that didn't make a long video, but together, they make a pretty good video. So saddle up, it's time to take a lot of short rides with the Relic Posse. And I started the day in true Relic Posse fashion. My first hole, my first washer. Looks like it's been in there for a little bit. It's got some patina to it. All right. Well, I got the washer out of the way fast. Time to let her play some more, and hopefully I'll find something a lot nicer than a washer on my next hole. Let's see. And Sage is taking after her grandpa, digging in the dirt. And while she's here on the fringe of the playground, just over on the other side there, I found my first Wheatie of the day. It's a 1928. It came out dirty. It took a while to get it clean enough that I could get a date, but it's definitely a Wheatie. Definitely 1928. And as it's drying, let's get it focusing again. As it's drying, you can definitely see the 1 cent. Cool. Almost 100 years old. My oldest coin of the day so far. Let's see what else we find. On Sunday I was out here, and over just past the edge of the fence there, I found a St. Christopher medallion. And right here, I just dug another one. This isn't as interesting as the one I found the other day. The other day, it had a hockey player on the front, and it had this design on the back. But this is still silver. Very clearly marked sterling there. And the hunt in between these two St. Christopher medallions, I found that 100-year-old Canadian dime. So that's 3 hunts in a row, 3 silvers. Doesn't happen to me very often. Cool. Well, this isn't as exciting as the silver medallion I just found right there, but I found myself a mini coin spill. A quarter, a nickel, a penny. I'm 31 cents richer. Love it. Hopefully got time for a couple more holes before it gets too dark to dig. Let's see what we find next. Okay, it's getting dark. I was able to stop at the high school for a couple quick minutes. Just dig a couple holes. And I'm not sure exactly what this is. Today's mystery item, I guess. Definitely a cross. I'm not sure what its function is, though. If anybody has an idea, let me know. It's not a piece of jewelry. I don't know what it is. If you know, leave a comment in the comments below. Appreciate it. We are making our way back. There's Chris, Bill, to where we think the hotel was. And I just dug my first hole. Piece of horse tack. Hopefully that's a good sign. We're wondering if maybe this was part of the old road that went to the train station and the depot. If it was, horse tack makes sense alongside the road. Pretty cool. Let's see what we find next. Let's head over this way. Bill says he's got a good signal. Think maybe it sounds like a largie?
Yeah, sounds like a large cent, but...
What kind of numbers are you getting on the DS?
Getting a 95, 96. And it sounds like a large cent, but...
Well, we'll find out.
Give her a shot and see what we get. Well, it's out of the hole, whatever it is.
Well, that's good. It's not going to be a 3-hour live dig like some of them are.
No. It looks like maybe a coin or a button or Oh, it's a coin.
Nice. You called that one largy.
Look at that. It's coming up. Nice, beautiful sound on the XP Deus metal detector.
Any detail?
I don't know. Let's see if the wind dries it here a little bit. Well, hopefully it's a colonial.
Wasn't very deep.
No. But this is right in that area where I found the other one. Gonna get the magnifying glass out. It looks at this time pretty slick, but
Sometimes after they dry a little bit, you start to get some details.
yeah, I think that's what we're gonna have to do is let it dry up a little bit and then brush it and see what we get on it.
All right, well, good job.
Thank you.
Well, it is starting to get dark. I'm not sure how much longer we'll have on what may be day one of a two-part video, but I'm thinking maybe a piece of a clock. Today's mystery item, if anybody knows, got some bumps on it. I'm not really sure. Rang up like a penny. Between 78 and 80 on the Garrett. Was hoping maybe I had an old penny, but or a Civil War token like Chris found in this field before. But instead I got this. If anybody knows, leave a comment. Appreciate it. And while you're down there leaving a comment, hit the like button. Well, this one was right near the surface. Barely dug a hole. In fact, I located it with the pinpointer and then just did that little tiny bit to get to it. And it was a lot older than I thought. 1943, I think it looks like. I think that's what it says. Kind of hard to read out here. I can see the 1940. Pretty sure 3 is the last number. Either way, Wheaties are always cool. It's only my second of the year. And I started that book to see how many Wheaties I can get this year. This will be the second one going in the book. Love it. Funny how it goes sometimes. I just dug that 1945 Wheatie there. A few more steps, came around this tree, had a much deeper signal. And another penny, so I'm thinking this is going to be older. 1977. Got the memorial on back. It's copper, but that one was so shallow. This one was so deep. I thought for sure this had to be the older of the two. Oh well. At the middle school now. And my first hole is a Wheatie. I can't really make the date off it. I don't know if you can see it on the film, but I think I'm going to have to wait till I get home. Either way, love finding the Wheaties. My third of the year. Still at the middle school. Still very windy. Hopefully you can hear this. My second one. Farther apart, but always in our heart. Love Avery, Ellery, and Lola. Not sure what this went to. Looks very personal. I'll have to see if I can find the owner on this. It's got a gold shine to it. I don't see anywhere where it's marked, so I don't think it's gold. Just a gold-looking tag. Either way, very cool. I am back at the park. And I just got my oldest coin of the night, my first Wheatie. 1934, I'm pretty sure it says. Can definitely see the 1 cent in the wheats on the back. Not the cleanest coin to ever come out, but not super dirty. Another one for the book. Love it. Always love finding tokens, and this one's kind of cool. Also nice that here in the park, there's a fountain right there, so I was able to wash it off and really get a good look at it. I've got a similar one to it, at least this side. Baseball, softball, the great American pastime. Looks very similar to the one that I found a couple of years ago, way on the other side of the park, across the street and behind that school. I think this one's got more wreaths than the other one does.
The back is definitely different though. Jugs Range Pro Equipment. And it's got a phone number to call them. Pretty cool. Always love a new token. Well, I am alongside another school today, and after maybe a buck and a half of clad, I just got a dog tag. Unfortunately, I put a scratch in it when I was digging it, but it's a nice old one, almost 60 years old, 1965. Don't find many dog tags. Got a small collection of them. This isn't my oldest, but it's far from my newest. 60 years ago, that dog was running around this field. Love it. Up a lot closer to the school now. And I had to dig kind of deep for this one. And I just found, I believe that's Mickey Mouse's hand with the thumbs up. Nice and shiny on the back. Says Disney. I don't see anything that says Sterling or any markings like that. I'll have to clean it up later and see, but I'm going to guess it's not a precious metal, but it's not every day you find Mickey Mouse's hand. Love it. I am back in the older section of the park again, and I just found either my first or my second Wheatie, I'm not sure. Found one earlier that was so toasted I couldn't get any markings off the front or back, but it was deep. So I'm thinking maybe a Wheatie. We'll see if I can clean it up at home. But this one is definitely 1944. I can't tell if there's a mint mark. I don't think there is. So I'm going with just 1944. Not the cleanest Wheatie I've ever found, but you can see both sides clear enough to tell what it is. We'll see what we find next. Still in the old section of the park, right by this big old maple, and I just found my second or third Wheatie, depending on whether that really toasted one turns out to be a Wheatie or not. And looks like I've got a date on this. Pretty sure it says 1936, so it's an older one, not super old, but right in the middle of the Wheatie years. Right between World War I and World War II. Love it. Still at the park. And the Wheaties keep coming. I think I'm going to have to get this one home and clean it up before I can get a date too. Not really sure. But if you look at the back, very clearly 1 cent. My third, maybe fourth Wheatie of the night. Love it. It has been all Wheaties tonight. Until now. Got myself an old, and I mean old jackknife. This thing's never going to open again. Not even sure it's complete or if it's half a pocket knife, but either way, pretty cool. And a little variety. Something different than a Wheatie. Not that I'm complaining about Wheaties. I can dig them all day. But jackknives are cool too. At a different playground with Sage now. She's way over on that red slide, way on the other side. And after a couple bucks in clad, just dug my first toy. Can't really read what it says on top there. Maisto, made in China. Not one I've heard of before, but always loved digging Matchbox or Matchbox type cars. The wheels still turn a little bit, and they're all there. It was down fairly deep, but it's not in bad condition. I think it's going to clean up pretty good. Love it. And my last hole for the night here. Sage will be upset in a minute, but I just found This one is definitely a Hot Wheels. My second car of the night. Hot Wheels number 4. Let's see if I can get anything off the bottom. Fastmaster. Copyright 2017, not super old. But still, 2-car night. Love it.
Well, tonight I am going to toast the end of another good video with Genesee, a local beer made out of Rochester, New York, here in the Finger Lakes. Ruby Red Kolsch. I think I did once before, but it's a beer that Chris and Bill won't drink, so it's just me. I'm going to drink it again because I think this is a damn good beer. And that's a wrap. Love it.